that he was planning on doing that. So here we are, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Lucina being one of those, definitely a bit of a nightmare for Villager. And yeah, if Rambos isn't quite confident in the Villager matchup, given that it's not really, you don't really see too many Villagers in Smash Ultimate. Certainly
Yeah.
not in the UK. There aren't too many that come to mind.
No, I can't really think of any at all, to be honest.
Yeah, even like Isabel's got a couple more representatives than Villager at this point. And Villager's not necessarily a bad character, but I think in terms of like, the change from 4 to Ultimate's mechanics, I think Villager still feels a bit Smash 4-esque.
Yeah, for sure. Doesn't really have, not really a character that kind of got the one big neutral button. So probably one of the better designed characters in that kind of sense, but it means that they don't necessarily gel over to Ultimate that well. But in a Wi-Fi environment, I think it's fair to say that they are very frustrating to have to deal with. Because
Yeah,
you have slightly slower reaction and input times just by the nature of online. That's going to happen in any game, not just Smash, unfortunately. But it's always going to be hard to deal with something like this. And Content really, I love how Content uses the Lloyd Rocket. He actually plays, for a Villager, he actually plays pretty aggro. He does a lot of Lloyd Rocket into mix-up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was about to comment on like how Rambos is sort of already on that same level. What Villagers are looking for often with that Lloyd Rocket is the jump. And then, you've got your slingshots and everything else, like you're having a whale of a time. But Rambos already, we saw earlier on, he sort of used the counter to sort of...
to alleviate it a little bit, yep.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, just about missing that bowling ball. Lovely parry, but no punish off of it.
Oh, nice up smash to get the first stock. And Content, that's the thing with Content, he taunts a lot. He doesn't do it to tilt his opponent, he does it to kind of make himself feel more confident. He's not doing it at BM at all, he's not that kind of person. He does this to try and like hype himself up, make himself feel better. But Rambos immediately with the pretty much with the immediate response with the forward smash off the side there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just sort of calling out the nair and the drift from Villager and just sort of slicing him up for it. But we can see already, like, just this relentless pressure.
Yeah, this mid-range looks so annoying to deal with for Rambos.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rambos going for a taunt, maybe trying to get, maybe psych himself up a little bit. Oh, an excellent little string there. Nice 40%.
Ooh.
And suddenly it's even, Yeah,
I was going to say.
Lucina not one of those characters that's going to, traditionally 0 to death you, but certainly those little strings, rack up enough damage on their own.
It can definitely be hard to combo a character like Villager as well, because they're very small, they're very floaty. So this isn't typically a character you see get 0 to death, but on the other hand, they are fairly light, so you can kind of see them die quite. Oh my god, that was like that was so wacky.
Yeah, there's I don't know the ins and outs of like the Lloyd hitbox, but I'm pretty sure there's like a devastatingly strong hit in there somewhere. I think just as it comes out.
It's very strange. I definitely have seen Content get something like that before, like where for some reason it sends them so far. I think it's when it hits against something as well. Like I think when it hits into a wall or the ledge, it has a really strong hitbox on it or something like that. It's very strange.
Yeah, and this is going to be sort of this is going to be a real sort of turning point in the match here. Content, we've seen already these walls that he can put up can really rack up so much percent, and he's going to have to do that before Lucina can get this kill. And Lucina, having a lot of great buttons in neutral, but he's going to have to land that stray hit, and Content is at the moment offering him no sort of opportunity.
Yeah. Oh, I like that chase from Content. He really wanted like a little bit of a tech read there, but he didn't quite get it, but I like the idea. It did look really cool. It would have been sick if it got something.
Yeah, and I adore that mix-up on the recovery from Content. Knowing that Lucina being one of the best characters at edge guarding, and again, sort of reading a roll in and catching him with the up smash. That was so good.
He's so good at that, man. Oh, the up tilt. Okay, taking out Content. So Content in his last stop, but Rambos has got a little bit of a hill to climb here. It's not impossible. It's not like a Mount Everest, but it's definitely looking like maybe a Fuji or something. Yeah,
absolutely. You definitely need your walking boots to climb up this mountain, and I appreciate the roll in, but I don't think Rambos is going to be falling for that, particularly as when he just lost his, when he just lost his last stock for that.
Yeah.
You're not going to be falling for that again.
Not in 2020. Come on. No, he's dead. Yeah, I was going to say he's dead for that. Nice. Really, really solid stuff from Content there. Okay, so Content taking game 1. I know he's feeling good about that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And in that situation, Content can hold that bowling ball and sort of you can react to the air dodge, and if they don't, you can just sort of up B. There weren't too many options that Lucina could have got in that situation. So it's going to be interesting to see, the Lucina, I think the Lucina showed promise, but you can definitely tell he hasn't quite got the situational awareness that he does with the Samus. But it's whether Rambos is willing to sort of believe in the matchup, or whether
Rambos is going straight to Samus now. He's just said that he's switching back, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that's respectable. That's absolutely respectable. Particularly if it's like, I haven't seen this Lucina in a very, very long time. And so, you want to, if you've put hours and hours and hours into one character, you're tried and true, then, you're going to give the counter pick one game, and then if it doesn't quite work out, get yourself back on the main.
Yeah, I mean, when it's a best of 5, you definitely have the time to work with that. You know what I mean? Like if you lose one, you've still got 2 more to lose before it's not your set anymore. In a best of 3, it's a little scarier, because if you lose your first game of the secondary, you go to your main and you're like, okay, now all I need is one fuck up and I lose the set. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. But it's going to be interesting to see, the adaptations that Content is going to make in terms of fighting the Samus. I must admit, I was very impressed with the way Content was playing in regards to the fact that, obviously he's been practicing against Samus all this time, and then suddenly Lucina's on the pitch. But yeah, we are seeing the tried and true Samus from Rambos.
Yeah, this is the character that usually gets him quite a long way, so we'll see how this goes. Quite a nice big stage for Samus, though. I know she likes stages like this, nice and big, lots of room to charge shot and throw missiles at you from a safe distance. But the thing is, with charge shot in this matchup, Villager's got pocket right there, debatably one of the best reflectors in the game.
Yeah, and it's going to be, it'll be interesting to see sort of what projectiles Rambos is willing to throw out, given that, obviously the pocket is such a big part of the matchup, but Villager can only grab one thing. And, Content's going to be looking for, maybe, the more heavily charged charge shot. But if you get sort of like a tiny charge shot, or like a bomb, or like a missile, it's not quite, it isn't too detrimental.
Ooh, that catch! That was so good. Nice edge guard.
Yeah, the one thing I'm so impressed by with Rambos is, he always does these sort of tiny little, the tiny little charges just to get you thinking, okay, he's going to stay there, and then jumps out with an option. It's so, so good. And this is a very, very different story from what we saw in that game 1.
Yeah, Rambos with over a full stock lead at the moment. Content kind of struggling to get anything started, but you got to remember, all it takes is a pocketed charge shot into like a down throw charge shot to get like a stock at like 19% or something like that. So Rambos needs to be careful. This could always go either way.
Yeah, and I feel as if Content's more aggressive playstyle is actually a bit more of a detriment in this kind of matchup.
Yeah, it definitely is. Oh, nice edge guard there again from Rambos. It can be so hard to edge guard Villager because their up B goes so far, and they're quite small and floaty, as I was saying earlier. So really good stuff from Rambos, understanding his character's limitations. All the taunts coming out from Rambos now. All right then, mister.
Yeah, Rambos sort of saying to Content, yeah, okay, you can beat the secondary, but, there's a reason I'm top seed.
Ooh,
and you are experiencing it right now.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I mean, Content is, as you said, the more aggressive play from Content is definitely not working out in this kind of instance against a character like Samus, who kind of wants you to run in while she charges charge shot, and then as soon as you come near her, she can just kind of forward air you. Good first stock from Content though, into immediate taunt. I respect it. Good first stock there, but he's got a little bit of a. This is looking like a bit more of an insurmountable mountain than before. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and what I want to see from Content is maybe just using the rest of this game as sort of like data gathering. You don't want to be, throwing out all of your tricks right now.
Yeah, definitely.
You've still got at least, 2 more games after this to, to try and get the W. So, you don't want to give out all your tricks because, again, Rambos being one of those players where, you only get hit once.
Good back, yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's the thing. You want to save all your mix-ups for when it really, really matters. And at that kind of percentage, it was unlikely that the Villager will be able to bring it all the way back, just because that's not really the sort of character that Villager is, Yes. It's not a character that kind of rides a wave of momentum all the way till it takes your stock. They chip you away. They maybe get a read on you at like 70 and kill you with a bowling ball.
Yeah, exactly that, you know. But if you're not getting hit by those sort of strong hits, like, you know, the tree or the bowling ball or whatever, like, you're going to be living for a while against Villager. And what you don't want to do is give up all your tricks. And then sort of by game 4, game 5, you've got nothing left to show.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, definitely a very strong showing from Rambos. You know, even maybe not having the most confidence in the matchup, sort of showing, you know, why he is the strong Samus that he is. And it'll be interesting to see. I think the longer stage, didn't quite work out. You know, if Content's going to keep up this aggressive play style, obviously Content's going to try and go for maybe a smaller stage.
Yeah. He's gone for Innova, so it's a little bit of a smaller stage. It looks like... No, never mind. I thought they would be changing characters, but there's no character switches here. We're getting straight back into it. I respect the hustle.
We've got the color counter pick, which I respect.
Yeah, it's an important one to have.
Absolutely. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. You know, it is a similar layout. I do think that sort of, you know, having those platforms there, even for things like the dash attack, you know, if Rambos is sort of camping underneath that platform, being able to sort of throw the plant pot and just say, hey, you know, I'm over here. Come fight me, please. But we are seeing it already that, like, Content is going for a more, you know, I say that as he rounds straight in, but, you know, he's not going too aggressive. And I think this is where Samus does struggle in the matchup, particularly if Villager's got a big lead. Like, because Lloyd just goes through just clanks with everything.
Yeah, it's for some reason it has so much priority. It's such a strange move.
Yeah. And also the walls allowing, well, both characters to wall jump, but I think Content is going to be probably enjoying that a little bit more.
I find it so strange that they gave Villager, like, debatably one of the best... Oh my god, that was so wild. I can't believe that worked.
Yeah, like, Rambos just not... Oh my goodness, so much damage.
Yeah, the shield, oh my lord, yeah. I thought Rambos' shield was about to break there. Look at Rambos, he can't even, like, he can't do anything at the moment. Okay, right, he lets him back onto the stage, but he's not leaving him alone, he's chasing him down. Look at this barrage.
Yeah, Content seeming to be one of those players where, like, you know, Momentum just absolutely... I was about to say carries this man, but obviously he's got an incredible amount of skill. But, you know, Momentum plays such a huge part in his gameplay.
Yeah.
You can see that when he's feeling confident. You even mentioned earlier, game 1 with that taunt.
Yep.
You know, when he's feeling himself, he can play so well.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm hoping that, you know, we did see the aggressive style in that game too, and it didn't quite work out for Content. So I'm hoping that, you know, even if you've got that confidence, you know, pick your moments wisely. You don't want to be...
Ooh, good charge shot there, straight across the stage. That must have been a hard read from Rambos, because that ordinarily is not a good time to shoot charge shot just randomly across the stage there, but it worked out. That was a good read. It's a good stuff to him.
Yeah, and this is the thing with Content. If Content's going for this sort of more aggressive, button-heavy style, even with this lead, it does mean that, like, you know, charge shot just sort of immediately, you know, you've got to respect it, because if you're just pressing a button, you know, it's just going to hit you.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Especially, like, on Wi-Fi, because you don't know if your shield is actually going to come out, because you don't know if you're still on your initial dash and you can't shield, or, like, the game just didn't pick it up sometimes, you know. It can be very frustrating that's why Samus is, like, you know, one of the better characters on Wi-Fi, just because that charge shot is such a huge threat.
Yeah, and I love that wall jump into air dodge from Rambos there, just sort of immediately avoiding that entire bowling ball situation. And cool. Yeah, Content, you can see sort of getting a little bit hungry for this kill, and it not quite working out. Rambos is very, very good.
Whoa!
Sort of...
I think he was definitely DIing that way. That was good though from Content with the DI mix-up.
Yeah, really, really solid stuff. And this is the thing, it's like you've got this lead, you've got the percent, you're not going to die to anything too, you know, you're not going to die to everything just yet. So, you know, take your time, rack up that damage, do what you did in that Lucina game.
Whoa. Both of Content's balloons actually got popped there.
Yeah, you gotta be careful of that.
Yeah, especially with I feel like Samus's bombs are really good at that. Oh, I like that the bomb is a charge shot. Okay, so Rambos has evened this up, considering how good this was looking for Content near the beginning. The
jump's gone. The jump is gone.
He's dead. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Again, that's it.
Damn. Yeah. All right, Content. 2-1 up.
Such a difficult part of the matchup when you don't have that jump, and particularly like the bowling ball doesn't send you super high up, particularly at that low percent as well. Like, relatively speaking, you know, Rambos was at like what, 40 something like that with the first bowling ball, that is.
Yep.
And then, you know, you've got to use your bombs to get back because you don't have the jump. So you've got to recover low, and at that point, it's just a timing game and content, you know, time and time again.
Yeah, he definitely knew, like, the thing is with bowling ball, it's so good for when you have someone who has a fairly linear recovery, because it just messes them up, you know?
Yeah, and content has been doing a really, really good job of, like, recognizing the situations where bowling ball is a ridiculous option.
Yeah, that's a big thing as well. He knows the situations, as you say, so it's, you know, it's big deal where we're going to.
Yeah, like, you know, in that situation, caught Rambos at 40, caught the jump, and then curtains, and is one game away from making what would be quite a substantial upset.
Yeah, I was going to say, 2 upsets to start the day, that would be exciting. I am going to disappear at the beginning of next game, because I just realised I need to feed the cat, so... Otherwise, she's obviously going to starve to death, because she hasn't been fed in many, many years, according to her, and her only.
Look, if you haven't fed the cat in a couple of hours, you know...
That's it.
They were ringing the RSPCA themselves, like... But, yeah, 2-1 up to content. Again, that aggressive, you know, we saw that aggressive playstyle. We did see him sort of hang back a little bit as well sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that sort of wild change in pace maybe caught Rambos a little bit off guard.
Yeah, I think so as well. I don't think Rambos was prepared for just how well that content could push the issue on a stage like that.
Yes, absolutely. So we're going to rocket into this game 4. Pokemon Stadium 2.
Disappearing for 2 seconds.
Go for it. Yeah, Stadium 2, I do enjoy the pick coming out from Rambos here. You know, he does enjoy those longer stages, having that little bit more room. A lot of the platforms to sort of camp underneath. And again, the walls, there are no walls, there's a little lip underneath. But, like, it's not too bad. And actually, what we're seeing here is sort of a much more aggressive approach here from Rambos. You know, Rambos, whenever content gets a little bit near, is like, right, okay, I'm going to stop charging, and we're going to hit some buttons. And, you know, when content starts throwing out those projectiles, so does Rambos. You know, he's sort of really doing a good job of keeping in pace with content. But content, just this vicious wall of projectiles here. You know, managing to just straight up run back into center stage. You know, not trying to, again, press the issue too much. Because in that situation, it's just, you know, one horrible read and suddenly...
I returned to a very even-looking game.
Yeah, content has been very much, you know, keeping up that aggressive pace, but Rambos has been doing a good job at sort of matching to him. Like, they're either both throwing out projectiles or they're sort of scrapping.
They're both punching each other. Yeah, I get it. Oh, he's got the bomb. That's whack. Hold on.
Yeah, I wonder.
I like the idea. I like the idea, but it's just not gonna win in that instance. Okay, so
yeah, bombing.
Oh my! Oh, I love that anti-air. That was so good.
Beautiful.
Ooh. It's a big thing with this kind of matchup is it's just so fucking weird, to be honest. No, I was gonna say something else, but I forgot what I was gonna say. But oh, the tree! Wait, was that the axe or the tree? I think that was the axe, right?
I think it was the axe. Yeah, I think that covered quite a few options there. I think Rambos was probably quite scared of like not being able to neutral get up.
Yeah.
And then suddenly the axe just sort of caught him on the roll. Really, really solid. I love that weight from content. There have been a couple of times where content's been a little bit antsy getting off the ledge.
Yeah.
And Rambos has gotten so much damage off of it and sort of waiting for that charge shot and then just getting back on stage.
Yeah, content really loves that tree at ledge. Like, obviously he's a villager player. It's like one of his best tools for ledge trapping you. But he will, like, when you watch him play and when he's like streaming and he's talking about his play, he will always go like, okay, they rolled there. Okay, I'll bear that in mind for next time. And he usually has like the counterplay at the ready. He lets them get away with, you know, enough rolls to think it's safe, and then he covers the rolling with the axe, like when it's gonna kill. I like that half charge shot though from Rambos. Only 80% on him. Content will only really kill with a bowling ball at this percent, but we've seen him kill early with stupider stuff, so you never quite know.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was a really good Lloyd rocket, sort of avoiding that, you know, mostly charge shot that could have led to quite the conversion and quite a lot of damage as well. This is a thing, like, now that Rambos has the option of sort of hanging back and throwing projectiles, content is going to want to take the stock fairly early on.
Yeah, you're right. I like that use of the tether to get around the bowling ball. That was really smart from Rambos, kind of realizing, oh yeah, I can do this, no problem. And now this is looking much better for Rambos. It was actually looking all right for content to start with. Like when he got that axe kill, I thought that was going to be really good. Is that Nair? Yeah, not quite dead though. Dang.
Yeah, content without a jump, using the Lord Rocket to sort of stall a little bit.
Oh, that was so good.
Neutral get up, just straight up called out. And content has got to keep in mind that Rambos, for all intents and purposes, has
no,
got
not gonna
a
happen.
fully charged shot.
Yeah, to the face.
So, yeah, that's something Rambos and a lot of Samus players do, is that, you know, they'll charge it nearly all the way, because unless it's fully charged, you can't tell the difference just from looking at it. So, I'm pretty sure content maybe wasn't quite ready for how strong that charge shot was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a game 5. We've got a game
5. First game, second set of the day, and already we've got a game 5.
Excellent, excellent.
Now bear in mind, this is last seed versus first seed, so this is kind of the skill gap we're dealing with here. There isn't much at all that we're dealing with, so like every one of these sets today is going to be super close, and seeding pretty much means nothing if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you know, so many players are like, yeah, you know, and it's interesting because, yeah, even though, you know, somebody has to be first seed and somebody has to be 8th seed, but, you know, at the end of the day, you know, someone's got to...
Thanks for the follow, Guts99. Appreciate seeing you here. Hope you're enjoying the tournament.
Just because somebody is last seed does not mean they are necessarily
bad,
that far away from
basically. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't. As I say, the gap between first and 8th seed, you're seeing it right here. This is game 5 between these two. You know, it's so hard to like make a decision on how to seed a lot of this, but you know they're making me look stupid either way. So we love to see it.
And we are seeing Town and City. Maybe content has sort of decided that, you know, actually we are gonna play this a little bit slower. I've got a little bit more room to run around.
Yeah.
Also, being able to kill off the side a lot earlier as well.
That was so much damage.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so was that though. Woo! Well, careful. Oh my god, dude, the amount of times that I can just get caught by that shit, like, I'm surprised we haven't seen Smashville yet, just because I really wanted to see content, like with the Wall of Pain, when he stands on the Smashville platforms that's coming towards you and just dropping bowling balls down. Always a very intimidating sight.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be thinking about in terms of, obviously, the second... Oh!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So I don't know what traded there, but that hit, not quite... The up smash, not quite managing to work out. And these platforms, that's what I'm scared of. Because content could do something similar with that bowling ball, you know, and it's whether Rambos has sort of reminded himself, you know, both these players played Smash 4 for an incredibly long time. They are used to this stage, but it's sort of shaking off that rust from the Smash 4 days.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, right, you know.
What do I have to change here, you know?
Exactly that.
Oh, careful. Oh, okay. Rambos has got a little bit of a lead going on now, and we quite like it. My god, that Lloyd was not taking any shit. he was literally, he powered through a rocket, and I'm pretty sure a charge shot as well. No fear. That guy's got a really solid head.
Yeah, and I really liked the roll in from Rambos there to sort of just get away from all of the pressure that content had going. Content had been reading a few of these rolls, but Rambos is doing a really good job at sort of only rolling when, you know, content isn't quite expecting it.
Yeah. But Rambos is just kind of taking any little bits of damage he can now. I would really like to see him playing a little bit more safely, but he's still like he literally just ran in there and dash attack. Like that's not the sign of somebody who's scared. Oh no, getting that last stock off, the taunt as well.
Yeah, this is
looking rough now for content.
Yeah, looking a little bit more like game 2 in this situation. You know, Rambos getting these hits, running back a bit, you know, keeping in that range where there is enough pressure on him, but not quite to the point where he's being reckless with it.
Oh my god, the missile into dash attack after the down throw content is really struggling now.
Uh-oh. Oh my god.
He's still got his up. He just died. He just fell off the bottom. What happened? I think he was just stuck in lag from something. That was whack.
Yeah, maybe an input didn't come out. Maybe he just sort of realized that, you know, a 3 stock lead